Right, so I thought I'd pop into Kidderminster because I needed to get a few things from B&M. So as soon as I got close to the town centre, it started raining. So I've had to go and try and get an umbrella just so I can film, because there's no way I want to get this camera wet, not considering it's like the price of it. Anyway, I'll walk all the way through town, get to B&M, and then find out it's closed. Unforeseen circumstances, but there is a van outside. Something to do with the power, I think, so there must have been a power cut. But yeah, it's not going good so far today. Yeah, so that's the B&M that's closed at the minute. Like I say, I think it's through the power cut, but I'm just gonna have a quick walk round anyway, see if there's anything on the other side, like the canal side.
I want to go over and go a little river. So, this is what I'm
Yeah, I can't really see anything, so yeah, it must be a power cut. So, yeah, if you keep seeing an umbrella, you know why. Yeah, the old Premier Inn. That's meant to be haunted as well, that is. It's mainly the staircase, I think it is. That's meant to be haunted. What a crappy, miserable day. Right, I'm going to go and get a coffee. Hopefully it knocks off a little bit. Yeah, so I'm just going to go and have a walk into Iceland and get something for tea. Obviously the weather's not going to allow me to do anything around here today, so yeah, might as well do a bit of food shop. So that's the kind of look I have. I'll pay over the odds for an umbrella. About 20 minutes later, it stops raining. So, so I'm walking around now with an umbrella sticking out my back. It's not exactly what I want to be doing, but you know, hey. So I'm just going to go and have a wander and see if the town's picked up. Before I do that though, I'm just going to go and pop into the library because I'm trying to find archives on some of the buildings and some of the places around here, some of the history. So I'm just going to have a where I can find that from.
You won't. Yes, yeah. Don't ever get on.
I mean, it's good that Kidderminster's got a market, but it's not anything we've never seen before, so yeah. It's just typical small town market, really. But yeah, that's about it. So I'm just going to go and have a walk through the park, see if it's still being maintained and whether it's still clean or not. So the thing with this park though, I don't actually see anybody ever visiting it really, it's just dead. Well, fair enough, there's not much rubbish though, so you know, that's a good thing. Kids are making the most of it anyway, so that's the main thing. Oh dear. Oh. Almost at the top. Damn. So I'm back out in Kidderminster again, well, just going into the town again. I was going to get one of my dogs, but like an absolute idiot, I forgot one thing that I was meant to get when I was going into town originally this morning. So I've had to come back out with it without the dogs. So might as well have a wander anyway, and well, see if the town's picked up or not. Hopefully it don't start raining again. I feel like I wasted, oh God, choking on a bit of pasta that I was eating before I came out. Yeah, I felt like I wasted £6 this morning on an umbrella. Yo, I'm soon knocking that down. It's going to be a petrol station, I think. Just going to have a quick look, actually. Not sure if a petrol station is a good idea there because the traffic always builds up. Lost World Demolition, eh? Used to be a car showroom, I think it was at one point. I mean, all the time I've been in Kidderminster though, it was always closed. Oh, no, don't forget, is petrol station there. Sign saying for sale, multi-purpose opportunities, Colliers. Yeah, last time I was on this little bit of stretch of road, there was a guy in a mobility scooter. So I was just doing a bit of filming, and as I was walking past, he asked me if I knew any churches that were open, because apparently about 3 days prior he'd just lost his wife, and I think he'd lost a little bit of faith in God. To be fair, I'm not religious, I don't believe in all that anyway, but I could tell he was a bit upset. So I spent 15-20 minutes with him, just trying to find a church that was open. And this one I'm about to show you now, this was the one that was open. So I don't know, what happened with the guy, whether he found closure or not. But yeah, I just thought I'd let you know that little bit of a story. So we're just walking near St Mary's again. One of my previous videos in search of Becky and Eliza Swan. This is the church. But like I say, I went into the library today in Kidderminster because I was trying to find some old maps because I wanted to find where the location of the Opera House used to be, what became the Playhouse, because that is where Becky Swan's cottage was. I also found a map as well of the actual graveyard for the church, so it doesn't go back as far as I originally thought. So the boundary wall where the graveyard, the gravestones are leaning up against, that is the boundary of the actual church, the graveyard. So that would be the actual location. So like towards the wall. So we're just taking a little bit of a detour. So if you follow this canal in this direction, you'll end up at Wolverley. So you'll end up at the Locks pub in Wolverley. And if you want to read that, you can always pause the video. And then you've got the River Stour over here that runs under the canal. Yeah, so it runs literally underneath here. I will try and get across and I'll show you the other side. You watch, I'll probably go and fall in here now. Ugh. It would be my luck though to fall in. But yeah, this is the other side of it, just over here. I'm not sure if you can see that, but there's another bridge. You used to be able to get to that bridge, but they blocked it off. Just imagine falling in there though. Yeah, and a bad drop. Fell in there, you're definitely breaking a bone at least. Oh, cute dog, man. So yeah, this car park here used to have the building on, which was what was called the Ball Ring. See this little street here, the one at the back of the high street shops. Where you've got the blue staircase just there. And then you've got this building here. They had to block this staircase off because a couple of years ago, not naming any names, but I used to know the person. So it was a girl, quite a young girl, probably at the time she was 18, so she's probably about 20 now. But she used to keep climbing up onto these up these steps and this roof here. She used to sit there. She used to have the police and the ambulances called to her all the while. So in the end, they ended up having to put these barriers there to stop her keep going up there. Apparently, she still does it now, but she does it up the top by the railway station. So there's a bridge up there somewhere, and she sits on there now. Flaming Ice. They do really nice food in there. A little bit pricey, but when you consider the same price that you get from Flaming Ice for their burgers, and then you look at the price of McDonald's, there's not a lot of difference in it, but their burgers are like 10 times better. So yeah, just back onto the high street now. See if it's picked up a little bit.
What's your name, Charlotte? Is it Charlotte? Oh, that's nice name, isn't it? So he lets me in. That's the one you bought. Yes. How are you, Sil? Living salmon? No. I've got a new range.
Yeah, it does.
Sorry.
It's alright, mate.
That's right.
Yeah, so the reason I'm back in Kidderminster is because I've got to go to the card shop. because I forgot. As you do. So I'm heading this way because I just want to test something. I want to have a look at something. I mean, while I'm down this way, I may as well. The Weavers. It's a nice little pub, that is. Apart from about a year ago, 2 years ago, I was actually in there at the time and they'd got some music on. And they was measuring the decibel levels because apparently somebody in one of these flats here complained about the noise. But I mean, to me, if you're going to be bothered about the noise, why, move into a house or a flat right next to a pub that plays live music? That one's on you. But that's the mentality of some people, though, honestly. Then you got one of the old original signs on this building here. Oh. Nearly walked into the road sign then. Oh dear. I need to start watching what I'm doing. Oh, it's going to cross over here. possibility, but then you've got to, you know, try and get up all over there. But don't really fancy doing that. And it's quite a walk actually through there. Actually looks like somebody's tried to get in here. It's actually not a bad shout though, that gap. Yeah, looks like that's what it was for. What's this here? This blue board. Looks like that was an opening at one point. Oh, has somebody been in? Oof, them screws, look at them, man. Jesus. Yeah, I can get in there. Don't know if you can see me on there. It's actually got to be done. I'm going to have to go in there in a second. I'm not going to go right in because I didn't prepare for it. So I'm just going to go through that opening and see where it goes. So if it does lead anywhere, then I am going to have to come back. So yeah, let's go and have a look. Wish me luck. Yeah, I've got a torch with me anyway, so yeah. Like I say, wish me luck. Right, I'm going to pause the video a second just while I try and get in there. So it doesn't actually lead anywhere. There's no way I can get up there. Oh well. Bit of a fail, but it is what it is. Let's try and get out of here now. Yeah, so I'm back out. So to get in, it does look like you are going to have to go through that metal fence and up and round, because there was just no way I was going to climb that wall with all the brambles and the bushes and things like that. But yeah, I will try and get in one day. Obviously, never going to break and enter. So that opening that you've just seen me go in, it was already done. I mean, it's on film anyway, so you know. But yeah, if I can fit through that gap on that fence, I might have a look one of the days and see if I can get up and around. Yeah, it's a bit of a walk, but it might be worth it. You never know. But anyway, I'm just going to do another quick walk through the town and then head home now. Yeah, I'm just heading home now. Have a look what they've done to this wall here on the post house. When we get there, I'll show you. I mean, how does anybody do that? So the way it fell inwards, somebody's hit that trying to get into the car park. So being the car park for a pub, it's clearly they was pissed before they even got into the pub. So knock that down. Oh, yeah. But yeah, I'm just heading home now. Yeah, back into the good old horse fair. So all that's on the subway, would you say it's art or an absolute mess? See that section there where it's blacked out? I come down here a few days ago and it was some racist slur about Arabs. So somebody's come along and blacked it out clearly. But personally, I think that subway looks an absolute state. I wouldn't class that as art, not a chance. It looks an absolute mess. But again, that's just my personal opinion. Not sure why the council don't just come down and, you know, whitewash it, because it's an absolute mess. But again, like I say, it's not up to me. But I think it looks dirty and grimy and yeah. Alright, so I'm going to end the video there. See, this channel, I didn't really have a clear direction of where I wanted to go, because originally it was just for myself. It was to, you know, something to do basically and get me out the house, exploring the local area, that kind of thing, and just generally building confidence. You know, it's not easy talking in public, it's not, and filming yourself, it really isn't. And yeah, my first video or two, well, you can see it was difficult for me, but the more I'm doing it, the more, you know, easy it's getting. So it is building confidence and things like that. I'm not sure what direction I want to take the channel, but I do want to build it up a little bit. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, and you know, it is hard to make a channel on YouTube. It really is, especially around like a small, medium-ish town, because nobody's really interested in the place. They're not. So I am limited to what sort of content I can do. I mean, a lot of content creators, they do set out with a goal in mind. So some may do like, you know, reaction kind of videos, tutorials, this, that and the other. Or like auditing, so they'll audit different venues, places like that. Some will just purely do like walkthrough of town centres and comment on what they can see. So I kind of do the same, similar thing to that, like the walkthroughs and that. But I do want to focus some of it on like the local history and different historical areas and points of interest. But I do want to take it into like the paranormal, you know, avenue, that kind of thing. Urbexing, I have got an interest in that. So I mean, yeah, if you do watch the videos, you do enjoy them, whether you could just, you know, like, subscribe, because it would really push the channel forward, and that's, you know, ultimately what I want to do. So yeah, anyway, that's the end of the video. Cheers, thanks.